Yeah, well, just.
I read all the minutes, I
Yeah,
didn't print them.
just the same thing.
Oh, okay.
It's the same. No, I started to print all her reports.
No, I didn't.
And when that came up, 1,494 pages. No.
It was a big day.
Your turn.
Well, you
I
know,
have to,
Bill
I'll pull it
Man,
up on my phone. How are you?
outstanding, it's better than I deserve.
Oh, wait, it's about my bedtime.
This time. Jay,
Okay,
rough.
first, that's the first complaint we got.
It done got dark and everything.
Yeah,
Time change.
FYI, I started it a little early, not that you have to start the meeting early, but you know what you're.
Yeah, we are.
I'm happy with the 6 o'clock meeting, I like it better than the 3, I'll be honest.
It's fine. I mean, I can-
You don't have to drive through school traffic,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
to get here at 3.
Still a lot of traffic.
There's still a lot of traffic, yeah,
We
but,
got a 4-lane bridge over in front of College Street though.
Yeah, they opened her up today.
Yeah,
what kind of bridge,
4-lane. The
The
bridge.
one line.
55, the bridge on 55.
Oh, 55. Oh,
The 55
okay.
bridge coming up the intersection.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's opened up.
All right, we have got everybody here. Jennifer, Lonnie, and Deb. Fire up. Can't start till 6. Gordon Sage.
Somebody might want to come and miss something.
You got it.
Follow the rules. Of course.
How are you?
I saw where the court
Yeah,
stood up.
it was
for the
fascinating.
injunction. I bet, did you go?
Yeah, I was
This red
sitting
dog.
right behind the attorney's table
okay.
with Matt and Gary. It
Yeah.
is, and it's interesting that there's a Supreme Court case, right? It was heard yesterday. It's not decided yet.
Right.
But we've continually talked about how unique this situation is and the law's not real clear on it. So to hear Judge Lockhart say that, I was like, it's not just us. It is confusing. It's-
And he said he had jurisdiction to
Yeah.
make other folks.
Yeah.
No, but that
I
was
didn't
interesting.
even anticipate them trying to move it back to Nashville. I thought, please, Lord, don't make me talk up there again.
I didn't know that had happened either.
You know, so we got a mandatory start time, but we don't have a mandatory quit time.
No. No. But I will try to get through quick as we can, I promise. As long as we don't run into a filibuster.
Believe in that.
All right, that's great. I guess I'll turn this sound off. How's Miss Jennifer today?
Good.
Good.
Are you?
I've had a pretty good day till I tried to put part on my lawnmower.
What happened?
Well, my back's hurting, my legs are hurting, and it didn't fit. And I cussed and Tricia got mad,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
but I will get it.
Tomorrow's another day.
Or I'll break it. Tomorrow's another day, that's right.
Gotta take a break and relook at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sleep on it, they say, you
That's
know?
right.
Part of something.
Mayor, I'm ready to start if you want to plug us in.
Ready? You're green.
We're plugged.
We're in?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
ready.
we were in
All right.
10 minutes ago. As far as that.
I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah, they said it when I was.
Oh, okay. I'll call the Water and Sewer Commission meeting November the 6th at 6 to order. And the first order of business is roll call.
Yes, sir. Mayor Hobbs,
Here.
Chairman Anderson,
Here.
Vice Chair Watson,
Here.
Secretary Hunt,
Here.
Commissioner Heisman,
Here.
Milsman, excuse me,
Good.
Alderman Crossland,
Here.
Inter Director Volley,
Here.
and Bill and Office Manager Jennifer Hall.
All right. We have a quorum. Next item is to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Got a second? All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye. Aye. All right. Next item is citizens' comments.
I do have some this time. Is it okay if I come stand?
Will you stand
I
right
don't wanna
over there
talk
behind
to the
Nelson?
back, so this, I actually have a handout this time, Sarah Bradley, and I wanted to discuss two things with you. One is, I've been talking, just for background, I'm a rural water customer. I live outside city limits. But I get my water from Manchester Water and Sewer. I think I made enough.
You have one for the mayor?
Charge it to my head, not my heart. I thought I got everyone, I forgot you. I'm so sorry, and since you're taking minutes,
That's fine.
I can email it to you.
And
or
the
you
mayor,
guys can
you
share.
have one for the mayor?
That's all
Did
right.
I give you one that's written?
That's good. It's
I'm good.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I'm good.
As you know, so we don't really have a voice on this body or on BOMA. We don't have a vote, we cannot serve, and we pay double the rate. Now, I thought about coming in here and saying, hey, I've been reading the law and researching this, and we shouldn't be paying double. We need to end that. But I don't think that's in the best interest of this utility or any of its customers. So the first request I'm making to you tonight is that you request a rate study from TBOR. They will do that free of charge. That's just a service. TBOR, the Tennessee Board of Utility Regulation.
Okay.
They actually mentioned it in their last meeting. It's routine practice for them to study our rates. They can look at capacity fees. You could give as much detail as you want. They are there to help you with those big questions. Not just this board, but also staff. So that's my first request is that you reach out to TBOR and request that rate study. Again, it would be free of charge.
Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, you said twice as much. I'm under the impression we're paying, outside the city is paying 50% more than the in-city rates.
No, it's double.
It is double?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was raised on Navy showers and all kinds of conservation. It doesn't hurt me too bad. I've got friends with farms. They got animals to feed. It
Yeah.
Well, impacts them,
If
so.
it's 100%, it's 100%.
Yeah, and I'm not saying there shouldn't be a multiplier at all. I don't have the answer, but I feel like TBOR would be the best, resource. to study not just that multiplier, but just the rates, potentially capacity fees
Yeah.
and all of that.
Manchester charges Hillsville $2.48 a thousand,
I've been wondering what that,
5,000 minimum.
sorry, what was it?
So we end
June?
up, actually, it's $2.48 a thousand. Yeah, that's what we charge Hillsville. I don't know what-
Does it increase or?
I don't know, no, it's a straight agreement. It didn't have anything to do with this last, rate increase, because it's a separate contract, and it's a very favorable contract for Manchester Water and Sewer. We get $12.40, and we pay $6.50 to Duck River Utility. I think they're charging like $9.85.
Oh, yeah, theirs is in the newspaper.
So they're,
I've got it
yeah,
somewhere.
it's
not
pretty,
up here.
it's pretty good, so.
Yeah.
There is some concern, I can tell you this, there is some concern about the legality of that, and you really do have to have a justification for charging outside the city rates more. Most cities in the state are doing that, and they justify it because the lines are further out. I'm sure you could look at doing other things like how far away from the source of the water, how far away from the tank or stuff like that. And I've been to seminars where lawyers were talking about this. So that may be something that we might pursue down the road to look at the rates. And I'll let the mayor speak to this. I know y'all just passed an amendment to change this very chapter about the makeup of the commission. And I don't know, maybe you put in I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe you put in a opportunity for somebody outside the city to have a seat on this board, you know.
I don't think you do that.
I don't
I don't think you do that.
You don't think you did? Yeah.
I think if you're within the city, yes, maybe, but not outside the
Not
city.
outside the city. Okay.
I mean, and the reality is, right, our responsibility is to the citizens
City
of
of
Manchester.
Manchester.
How many outside customers do we have, you know, roughly?
We got several,
We can pull the data and get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
we'll have to-
I was
I can
curious.
research it.
Of course.
we got about somewhere around 8,000 water customers.
Part of
If I-
the reason originally was to hopefully encourage some of those people who want to be annexed.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
if it works, right, I mean, everybody deserves water. I mean, and yeah, we have
Yeah.
the ability to do it. And I'm sure that when this was done, it was based on the fact that, you know, if you're 10 miles outside the city, we have to come fix something. Well, yeah, there's a whole different cost to that. There's all kinds of things that go into it. And I don't know, whatever she's talking about, the different, but at the end of the day, it was set up that way for a reason, and we can figure it out, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But
It's been that way as long as I've been on this board.
yeah, I mean, and like I said, we continually try to help the county residents who don't have water. I mean, you know, before my time, the deal that the county made with the city is that they put up $500,000 in pipe, and we did the work so that people could have water, right? But I mean, I don't know how you justify going outside the city to work on anything, just to be perfectly honest. But we have to because we supply the water, so, you know.
It would be nice if we had agreements like we have with Hillsville for anybody that's outside the city. Then you got a contract with the entity, and they charge whatever they want, and we charge them.
And I mean, and like I said, I mean, if two things are broke, one in the city and one outside the city, who are we supposed to service first? So I mean, it just gets into a whole bigger thing than, hey, you're just charging us more for water, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think I've read anything that says we have to supply water outside the city limits.
No.
So,
But if we charge more, we may be challenged to justify it.
and I'm okay.
And I think we
I don't think
can.
it's hard to
I
justify
think
it.
we can.
No, yeah, I don't
It's
think.
not any problem to justify it.
I don't see an issue justifying the fact that at the first time we have to go outside the city with our equipment and everything, that there's a fee involved. I mean, we have a fee we charge internally for when we fix things that aren't ours, or so to speak.
Yeah.
The other thing is the citizen taxpayers of Manchester are subsidizing the water department in some areas that county residents are not.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than just, hey, we're charging them more. I mean, we're providing sewer work for people that Hillsville services, and that every time there's a sewer issue, we have to go fix it. I mean, there's no good justification for us to be outside the city limits, other than we agreed to do some of that, and
Yeah.
yeah, so, but anyway.
Sarah, your second point?
If I may, I do, they're two separate requests, but they are
Yeah.
very interrelated, and these are all great points. And it is very complicated. Typically, a municipal utility does not extend lines outside of its city limits except in certain circumstances. For example, this body and BOMA approved extending sewer to Love's at exit 114 because it made sense for us to get that good customer and for the community as a whole. A
Love's
rising
is
tide raises
considered
all
part
ships.
of the industrial park.
Yeah.
And we have an agreement with the industrial park. to
If I
provide
may
that.
reclaim my opportunity to comment.
Go ahead.
It's outside the industrial park. It is in that area, Basin M, but it is outside the industrial
No,
park.
it's not. You're wrong. They pay a
Okay,
tax, and
if
you
we
can look
could
in the
focus,
tax
I would like to
card.
focus on what I came to say.
Please do.
And this is kind of bringing up what a complicated issue it is. That's another wrinkle in it. And I'm not saying, to be abundantly clear, that having a multiplier is necessarily an issue. I'm saying it can be a legal liability, and that asking Tibor to study our rates, including the outside multiplier and perhaps even the contractual agreement to provide services to the industrial park, now that I think about it, and whatever else you want, and interim director Norman recommends, Foley, sorry, such as capacity fees, tap fees, anything you want them to look at, they will, and I have by email and by phone confirmed that if you're asking them to review something, that would be advisory only. Whatever they recommended would be just a recommendation. It wouldn't be an order that you would have to follow. You could still make your own decision.
Lonnie, could you ask Tibor for an idea about our rates outside the city? Just get their opinion. But I think I know what they're gonna say. But go ahead, sir.
Okay, and so, like I said, I had gone through, these discussions with outside customers about the lack of representation, on the utility board, led me to look into the membership, plus there was a previous discussion about the number of members, and you all had agreed to stay at 5, because it's always been 5. The BOMA agenda threw me for a loop a little bit, but state law does state that it's 5 members.
Let me,
And our code
It's
says
not always
7.
been 5.
Let me give you a little update to that.
Been 5 for a while, yeah.
Not
We have
always.
operated with 5 for a long time. It is said,
Not for a long
it
time.
says for 7, way back when, but behind the scenes, the mayor and I have been dealing with lawyers and trying to figure out, there is another section in the Tennessee Code that says, because we had a water and sewer department back in 1935 or something like that, we are exempted from that mandated 5-member. And so our current municipal code says 7. And I think the mayor's in the process of seeing that we get 7. And I've told him I'm happy to operate with 5. I think we're all happy, 5 or 7. I've been chairman when we had 7. So that works. Either way, whatever BOMA wants to do, that's fine. My whole point was, hey, if we're gonna have 5, let's change the code to 5. If we're gonna have 7, let's appoint 2 more.
Do you have a
and get-
reference for that code, that statute?
That statute, the
statute
exemption, I do
behind
not. I do not. I just know that Craig Johnson had that. I think he sent it to me in an email,
Okay.
because he had said that we were exempt. Is that what I've said correct, Mayor?
Yes, sir. We've had 7 since the inception of this. That's how the ordinance was wrote. Did get down to 6, I think, which is a concern, because in your 3 to 3,
Yeah.
somebody had to resign because of some health. We got to 5, and we never went back to 7.
Because everybody thought the state mandated the 5, and they really, we were exempt from that all along.
7 is ordinance.
Yep.
Okay, so again, these are all standalone, they're separate, the other amendments, they're mostly housekeeping. I like to read through a whole chapter when we're changing part of a chapter. Simple stuff such as, it says the minutes shall be kept in the office of the Water and Sewer Commission. I don't think y'all have an office.
Yeah, we do.
The
Yeah, we do.
department-
The
What is
Water and
your
Sewer
office?
Commission has 2 parts. It has this committee, this commission, and it is also, the commission is also the operational part,
Right.
which is the warehouse and Lonnie and all his people. That's also part of the commission.
Right, and that's why I
So that's what that is.
suggested, I didn't know that you had a physical office.
It's Lonnie's
or
office.
which it would be.
Well, it's a warehouse.
You're supposed to be provided with one, but,
Can we
you
wrap
know,
this up?
anyway.
Comments are supposed to be 2 minutes. I'm
The
sure we're
billing
close to the
office
end,
makes
right.
more sense to me, just because of we don't need folks going down to the warehouse to look at minutes. So that's just something, again, everything here is to consider.
Okay.
I would appreciate a little transparency on these, discussions regarding statute and interpretation. Just so because I know we've gone back and forth on this, quite a bit.
All right, thank you. Anyone else?
Let me ask a question. Are the minutes of BOMA on the internet?
They're
On
online.
our, yeah, they're online. Okay, couldn't these be put on there too? Yeah.
I thought they were. I
I
hadn't
mean,
looked
I don't know,
for
I never looked.
Our minutes,
Yes,
yeah, they are.
they are
They are
online.
on there?
Yeah,
Okay.
all minutes from all committees are.
I thought so.
Okay.
The problem that you have
I
right,
knew the YouTubes were, but.
Yeah, the problem that you have right now is our website is very dated, and it's very hard to navigate. And you get very frustrated after a couple minutes of clicking, you're like, I can't find what I want, so you go on. But we are in a 5-month process now of updating our website to where each department will have a standalone icon, and then you'll be able to find all the information. We're trying to make it easier, so,
Good to hear.
yes.
All right. Next item on the agenda is review of previous minutes. Everybody had a copy. Chair would entertain a motion that we dispense with reading of the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a second. All in favor of dispensing with the minutes, say aye. Aye. All right. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Minutes are approved. Next item is the mayor's report.
I don't have a whole lot this month, other than we did agree and, got a resolution to do the rest of the city with Dukes. Thank you guys very much. It worked out very good. So we'll work out when all that gets started and.
What's that, Mayor?
The Dukes.
Oh, the Dukes, yeah, the
Got
contract.
That went through, BOMA approved it, you guys approved it in here, so thank you for that. That'll give us opportunity to put a stamp on our whole system for 2025, and we'll know exactly where we are.
Okay.
The only really other thing that I'm gonna report on is that, you know, Lonnie's doing a great job. There's a lot of good things that he's been working on. We're starting to see some fruits of those efforts, in just basic maintenance and repair. So I do want to tell him good job. So, and that's all I have this month.
Okay. Lonnie, your director's report?
Excuse me. Pretty detailed. I mean, I'll keep it at a high level so we won't be in here all night. But, you know, we're knocking down water taps, wastewater repairs, sewer repairs. Everything is going actually pretty well. Our maintenance staff is really ramping up, making repairs to the lift stations, getting pumps replaced. We did the 10-yard bridge. Lift station replaced both pumps. Fredonia, both have been replaced. We've been monitoring them. They're pumping well. Just overall, looking at the system, we have newer pumps that are still coming that are not here yet because of the lead times, but BOMA approved the replacement of quite a few outdated pumps that they're no more parts, can't be fixed. They've been fixed 30, 40 times, and they're just beyond their life expectancy, so we're going to replace them. So that's a focus for us moving forward, probably to the end of this year, as well as uncovering valves and manhole lids that have been paved over. I just feel like a lot of valves are off in the city. I could be wrong, but until I touch all of them and guarantee they're on, in my mind, they're off. So there might be some issues with pressure, and that could cause a lot of the water quality concerns. Same thing with the manhole. You have manholes that are covered up that could be cleaned out, that could, you know, help us alleviate some of these chronic manholes that we have. We won't know until all those are uncovered. So the staff has been really taking a focus on that as of late. And then everything else, like I said, we're just rocking and rolling with everything else as much as we can. We're doing some renovations over at the warehouse to bring us up to technology with the rest of the world because we're so far behind. But other than that, that's pretty much it. We got our job descriptions approved by BOMA, so I'll be in the process of working with HR to get those new ones posted and kind of determine how that's going to look as far as the hierarchy goes within the department. Other than that, that's pretty much it for it. Anything specific I was going to say, you want to?
One of the items that conducted dead-end flushing, do we do all the dead ends?
Yeah, it's required by TDEC to do all.
And that's whether it's in the city or out in the county, which the county probably has more dead ends than,
We got quite a few. I haven't really looked at the map to see who got more, but yeah,
but we do them all.
We do them all.
Okay.
And that's gonna be probably something I look at in the future. I was actually talking with the distribution staff. You know, my previous life, we weren't able to have that. We had to loop everything in for constant flow to prevent water quality issues.
Right.
So we're looking at ways of looping in some of these dead ends, tying them in. I understand here they have hills and cliffs, and I've seen it all so far, so it won't be as easy, but we're in the process of looking at some alternatives to tie some of those dead end lines in. That'll free up staff to do other things as well.
Okay. And are you still working on the water treatment plant replacement?
Yes.
The old water plant?
Yes, that's still going, just trying to get I guess a revised quote, because the original quote wasn't turnkey, and our staff, I don't want our staff, that'll take the entire staff that I have left to complete that project, and I just don't have.
We
staff
just want
right
somebody
now.
to come in
Yeah, I
and do
want
it
somebody to
all.
come in, do it all, and give us a 1 year.
And we would still have pumps down there?
Right.
Okay. Okay. All right, one last thing I'll mention, and Jennifer, I think you do this chart that has the water loss. I think you can eliminate that part I put down there about gallons per year. That was a calculation for what we were losing about the nickel. That's included in the Hillsville rate. So I don't see any need in continuing to look at that. I think that's static information. I don't think it changes so much, but,
There's a slight change.
yeah, but it's, but the other thing is good. Lonnie, I noticed, you know, August, we had a 20% water loss. September, we had 8% lot of water loss. And that's gone on a couple of times there where we'd be 20 and then 7, 20 and then 7. And I believe in the average for the annual, but is there any explanation besides my guess as good as yours for why we're up and down?
It's, one thing I found, and I didn't add it to the agenda because I got the quote back too late, but one thing I found is that we have about 30 large meters that are larger than 2 inch that are broken. So they need to be replaced. And that's a big water loss right there if you have somebody with a 6-inch meter telling me that it's reading correctly and it's not. You know, so we had a company come in and do it recently, and yeah, their recommendation was to replace these meters. They're outdated, so that could play a huge part in water loss, period.
Yeah.
We haven't had many main breaks since I've been here. Service leaks, small.
When did we do flushing, and did we count for flushing?
It's taken into account.
It is taken into
Every time we flush, it's taken into account.
Okay.
But I believe once we get these larger meters under control and able to make sure we're billing correctly, and we're seeing the benefit of it, you may see a big change.
All right, and, I know the new water and sewer account list is, I mean, that's important for Nelson and I to take. If you don't have anybody at Duck River meeting, we'll usually give that, but,
Yeah,
but I know you plan to have somebody there, but,
Yeah, myself.
That's one
So
thing.
I figure out what dates there, but yeah, I figured that.
yeah, okay. All right, very good. Budget review? Any questions?
I got a question, yeah.
A question?
But is there a reason electricity's way over budget? You just miss it in the budget, or is it?
Which page?
Let me see, which page I'm on. It's on page 8. I'm looking at account, 52-213-241. I assume the current budget number is that the annual number?
Yes.
Okay. You budgeted 385 and you've already spent 228. I don't know. I think Duck River did raise,
They need to balance it too.
Year to date, we spent 156, right?
oh, wait a minute, I looked at budget balance, I'm sorry.
We got 228 left, but
Okay, I pulled the wrong number. I thought that was a year-to-date.
40% of it.
Yeah, I looked at year-to-date numbers, so we're,
we're probably still running a little ahead, to be
Yeah.
honest. I mean, we're gonna miss it by some, but,
oh, yeah. Okay, no,
Is that with current period?
Was that seasonal though, was that through hot months, we don't run more electricity?
I'm used to the final column being
can
year-to-date.
be. I mean, you know, and like I said, it's just a hard number
Yeah.
to, you know, we go
Oh,
over
yeah.
historical data the best we can, and
Well,
those are the ones we
I-
might miss.
I can't remember, I think Duck River did raise the rate sometime, but I don't remember
Yeah, I don't-
when.
Oh, Duck River
I
Electric.
think, yeah.
Don't scare me.
The RMC. Okay.
I do know this, Randall has a hard time with that very line item out there. Tremendous cost for, TVA, and he is on the can't shut down plan, but they shut him down anyway on occasion. And, his cost is very hard to get accurate estimates each year because they keep going up. And so I'm sure we're seeing the same thing on a smaller scale.
Well, everything's going up.
Well.
You know,
Any other questions about the budget? No? Okay. New business. Lonnie, I guess this is yours, the discussion of future developments using septic tanks.
Yes, I was contacted by Mr. Allen Howard.
Yeah.
And he was, that's his question, he wanted to get more involved with his community,
Okay.
so he can know about future development using septic. He reached out to Brittany as well for planning and zoning. He didn't have anything specific, no,
Okay.
no, just generic. He wanted to know how he could be more part involved, didn't know when that kind of stuff is happening.
What is the general rule for, someone that buys a lot in town, puts a house on it? If they're if they're prevented from getting a sewer tap, I assume they put down a septic tank.
So in established neighborhoods, if sewer is available, so I've signed off, I guess Lonnie can correct me, I think I signed off on one this last week, 5 or 6 taps in the last 16 months. And they're for just what you described. They're in an established neighborhood, the lot was big enough, they let them split it, and we can prove that average of 300 gallons a day we have taken out of the system, and so we put those back on. So we've added 1,500 gallons.
So they got a tap, they
So we
didn't
got
do a
it.
sewer.
What he's
they-
trying to figure out and discuss is, okay, he has new developments, he wants to annex them into the city, sewer's not available, will we entertain septic systems until sewer is, right? You know.
We'd entertain him providing a SEP system,
Yeah,
helping it.
yeah, I mean, and so there's a bigger conversation coming, right? But the ordinance says that if we ever run sewer to it, or if there's ever sewer there, everybody has to hook onto a tap, right? That's, even if you have a sewer system, and you're inside the city, and sewer becomes available, they would have to hook on. I think that, you know, Allen is just looking at all the different avenues from different counties and different places around us that's having similar problems, but, you know, we'll see where it comes. It'll be back before it's over with, I'm sure.
I was at an auction the other day, and they auctioned off 2 lots in Tanglewood, right next to my house. And the auctioneer, bless his heart, covered his butt. He said, "Hey, we don't know if you can get a sewer tap here on these lots or not." And I was quite taken aback by that, because it's an established neighborhood. The city committed to providing sewer for all the lots in that subdivision. Gosh, back in the 70s, I guess. It's been that long.
Most lots, when they're built back in those days, there was a tap already put on them.
Yeah,
And that's was part of the calculations when they did it.
yeah,
We're finding that there's a few that, you know, back then you could buy 2 lots into one, and they only had 1 tap, and so, but we've not turned anybody down, in an established subdivision that deserves a lot, okay?
Yeah.
What the process is generally they call Lonnie's office, they call Miss Jennifer's office, and they say, hey, can I get a sewer tap? Well, the answer's no. We're under a moratorium, right? You go pull your building permit so that we understand what you're trying to do, and then we can have the conversation about the tap.
Yeah.
And like I said, generally, we don't turn them down in that type of area, right? Because everything that's coming on board nowadays was approved in these subdivisions predates us.
Yeah.
But they have the taps and their connections, and we have to do it. But the ones that, you know, everybody's, who wants to build in Manchester, or who wants to be in Manchester, is looking for every piece of ground that they can squeeze something on. But I think if it's in an established neighborhood, it's a very hard sell for us not to give them the tap.
right. And if you can show I&I reduction, then you can add them anyway, right? If you've got that much reduction.
Yeah, I mean, we can prove for the last 3 to 4 months with our reporting and stuff that, on like months of rainfall,
Mhm.
that, we're well
You're
over
getting
1
there.
million gallons, right?
And that's what we've been trying to do all along.
Yeah.
we're trying to get I&I stopped
Yeah,
as much
I
as we
mean,
can.
So, and so everything that Lonnie's group's doing, all the grant work is paying off, and Duke's is paying off because now we know who's gonna attack which group, right? If it's in the fingers part and it's small, then we attack it in-house. If it gets to bigger lines, we gotta build projects around it and let somebody with the ability do those things.
Right.
And, you know, right now, we're probably right at around $20 million in projects going on to reduce all of
All-
what we're saying. We're
all I
down
know,
to 5 chronic manholes, I believe is the number right now. 2 of them were on Skinner Flat that we just did all the work. We expect those to come off. And Lonnie has a very different focus, and we're gonna attack these chronic manholes, right? You can't just keep reporting them. If it happened 5 times in a year, something else is going on, and let's figure that out, right?
Amen.
And so look, I think it's all moving in the right direction. You know, there's a sheet that I meant to bring to this one that I did not bring. It's from planning and zoning, and I will get that for you guys. Talks about how much land has been annexed into the city, right? How many lots are available based on the subdivisions that are already approved. And I think you'll be quite shocked. There's probably 350 lots available in the city of Manchester right now that's been approved in these newer subdivisions. But we're not pulling that type of permitting, but we annexed close to 1,400 acres, right?
All right.
600 of is Bonnaroo, you got a couple more developers with 200 or 300 apiece, and it's, you know. But I will get that at the next meeting, and
Yeah.
we're providing that to planning and zoning for them guys, and we're trying to tell them about what chronic manholes so that everybody understands, the state of where we are.
Good. All right, ongoing projects, Fisher Excavating.
Like the mayor said, that's the one on, from Willis to Skinner Flat, that's at substantial completion. We're working with them, doing a little bit of televising to make sure everything's been completed. According to St. John's, we're holding their retainage until they remove the silk fencing that's remaining, and it'll be completed. The Norris Brothers project, the original scope of work is complete. The pipe install on schedule. The mayor added some more work to them that they can, that he wanted to have completed with the remainder of some of the funds they had left over, so they're working on that still.
That project goes from Sherwood all the way across Willis Farm to Skinner Flat. Does it go all the way to Skinner Flat?
I think there's a gap left.
Okay.
But we're developing a project to fix that gap.
Okay.
And then also, going back toward, I guess it'd be across, Mr. Roberts' property and stuff. We're gonna upsize all those lines across there to handle the flow that we've committed to out at the industrial park.
Okay,
So all that will be fixed.
all right.
Dukes, they finished up the first contract. The second contract, is complete, which includes the CCTV and the manhole inspections. We're looking to go forward with them on another part of, the remainder of the city.
Didn't they do some previous work for us fairly recently, besides this new contract
Yeah, they just finished 300,000 feet for us in the city.
of televising, right?
Televising, light cleaning if needed.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah. Smoke testing, right, I mean, it's been a really good project for us, inside the city, and that's why, you know, we went ahead and asked to finish, right?
Yeah.
Let's get the whole layout of the whole 600,000 feet, so.
Reed,
Reed and Shaw's, they're the contractor that we brought in to do our calibration for the large meters. That's the one I was just talking about with the water law.
okay, and,
They got the information to me late, but they've completed their study. I think we have 30, large meters, and quite a few of them have been on the list for years, and with nothing done.
their contract is not to replace them. We had to
Well,
do
I-
that ourselves,
No,
or?
we don't have the capability, so I did ask them to give me a quote, to what it would cost to replace, and it's turnkey, there,
Yeah.
parts and materials, so I received that today.
Okay,
Um, I'll be sharing it with the mayor, we'll get it to y'all.
all right.
'Cause it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's pretty costly.
Well, 6-inch valves that actually meter the flow rate or flow amount.
Right.
They ain't cheap, I know that.
And quite a few, quite a few of these are 6-inch meters, so, it's more than just a register, we're gonna have to go ahead and do it all, get it replaced, so they provided me with that quote. I haven't, like I said, I just got it hot off the press coming here.
All right.
But I think it's something that needs to be done, so when it is presented to you, that we need to go that way, because these have been neglected for years. They gave me a book, a report from this year, and they gave me a report that we had in our files from the last couple of years, and they look identical. So that means at least in 3 years, nothing's been done. So I think, and these meters are well over their life expectancy.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have been replaced 10 years ago. So it's time to go ahead and just bite the bullet. I mean, the funding is not that bad.
Well, if
Like I said, we need
they're
to get it
bad,
done.
they may be giving false reading both ways.
Right.
You
So
could
you're
be
losing out on revenue.
losing out on revenue, or we're collecting more than we're delivering.
Right. And I think it's gonna be more the first.
Probably so. They usually feel that way. Okay. Anything else you got, Lonnie?
That's it.
Okay. Comments from commissioners? Thomas, you got anything?
No, sir, I'm good.
All right. Terrence? Gary?
No, I'm good.
Nelson? I'm fine. All right. I don't have anything tonight. I think we're rolling right along. Mayor, I do need to have a short conversation with you right after here. Nothing that involves the operation here, but in any event, if there is no further discussion, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Aye.